Yo, it's your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Giovanni. Y'all, it is Endometriosis Awareness Month. Yes, yes, yes. And I help women experiencing chronic health issues like endometriosis, polycystic ovary syndrome heal through healthy habits and lifestyle changes. Y'all, it's the M to the third degree formula for success that has been helping me heal on my journey. And it's mindset, mindful eating, and movement. And y'all, today we're doing another episode of Nourish and Flourish. Flourish and nourish. Hey, so y'all, here we go. This is the plate. This is the plate. Hey, this is the plate. This is the plate of the day. This is the plate of the day. This is the plate of the day. All right, y'all. So we about to get into this thing. All right, we about to get into this thing. So we talking endometriosis because it's Endometriosis Awareness Month. But before I get too into this thing, y'all, thanks for vibing with me. You already know the vibes. Thanks for vibing with me, y'all. So what is endometriosis? You said it's Endometriosis Awareness Month, Giovanni. What is endometriosis? So endometriosis is like having a tiny garden of flowers growing where they shouldn't inside a woman's belly. All right? The sound female at birth. We'll go with that. All right? So we can be nice and inclusive. And instead of growing in the garden where they belong, these flowers start to grow inside, near the stomach, and other places they are not supposed to be. So just like a garden, these flowers try to bloom and then go away every month. But since they're in the wrong place, they can make the belly feel very sore, cause a lot of pain, get very bloated, something called endo belly. All right. And some signs that someone might have endometriosis include like feeling really, really bad cramps, all right, in their belly, especially during their period. Doesn't have to be during their menstrual cycle, during their period when they're actually bleeding. It can be pain all throughout the month. Sometimes before your period comes, sometimes after, sometimes every single day. Like endometriosis pain, it don't let up. Sometimes it doesn't let up. All right. So you can also feel very tired, like chronic fatigue, always tired. No matter how much sleep you get, your body still just feels drained and tired. And then sometimes having trouble going to the bathroom. For me though, it was when my period would be on, being in chronic pain, just trying to have a bowel movement, like holding on to the side of the walls, like barely can breathe just to use the bathroom. And I was just thinking, oh, well, it's just cramps. I'm just feeling it back there instead of in my stomach or down in my pelvic area. And I was just like, yeah, it's just that. It's not normal. It is not normal. It is not normal. All right. But it's like if you planted seeds in a wrong pot without a hole at the bottom, the water can't get out and it makes a mess. These cysts, they're stuck. They're not getting out. They're supposed to be released and coming on out in that cleansing thing called a menstrual cycle, and it's not. It's not going anywhere. All right. That's kind of what happens in the belly when it comes to endometriosis. And it creates this whole mess inside because the flowers, aka the cysts, aren't where they need to be. And then you start getting things where like it gets adhesive and your fallopian tubes start getting stuck to different things, organs start getting attached. And the gold standard for treating endometriosis is excision surgery, where you have this laparoscopic surgery and they go in and they try to clean it up, get all of these cysts, all of those flowers out of the places where they don't belong. And sometimes it's all over in different body parts. It can even travel up and be into like your sinuses. So endometriosis doesn't fight fair, and there is no cure. I am 1 in 10. We can talk about some statistics really quick, and then I'm gonna tap in. Well, matter of fact, let me just go ahead. Y'all, this is some rice noodles. So if you have a Chinese place and you're trying to have some healing bites, and you like the Chinese spot, here's a good option for you. Go in there and tell them you want some rice noodles with vegetables, no eggs, no soy sauce, You want to try to make it as close as anti-inflammatory as possible, because how you eat can definitely have a role or play a role in how you feel with endometriosis. It could have a total impact on it. It's not going to cure you, because remember, there is no cure, but it can definitely make you feel a whole lot better when you remove stuff like gluten, soy. If you're not quite sure how to make those swaps, in the description of the video, I have a link for a plant-based alternatives guide, and it has a lot of different items on there that you can get that'll help you with trying to make the switches. But again, be patient with yourself, but be intentional about making those switches. And you can do it, because I used to love the Chinese restaurant. I used to like the chicken on a stick. I used to like certain fried rice. But you see my new normal, and it's good too. I promise you, you'll like it. Well, I can't promise you because I don't know what your taste buds like, but I think you should try it and then come back underneath this video and say, yo, Coach Giovanni, I went to the Chinese spot. I pulled up. I told him, hit me with that rice noodle, vegetables, no eggs, no soy sauce. If they got a little white sauce, you can ask them to throw that on there if you want. It was good. So I got broccoli, cabbage, carrots, mushrooms. Zucchini. And I'm upset that I got to eat with this plastic fork because it's an endocrine disruptor. I might need to keep like a metal fork in my desk because I wanted the chopsticks, because I eat with chopsticks. But we're doing what we got to do. So let's get into these statistics as I continue my healing bites. All right, so endometriosis is very common. I did not know about it. Yesterday, March 3rd, would have made it 4 years I was diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis. March 3rd, 2020, right before the pandemic, I was diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis, adenomyosis on the left side of my pelvic area. They found 2 fibroids while they were inside doing that laparoscopic surgery. And before I went into surgery, maybe 2 months prior to, I was diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome. My main 2 signs of PCOS was and facial hair growing in other places that mostly, if you were a male, it would grow in. So that hormonal imbalance, and then also irregular periods. I did not always have my periods every month, even since I was a child. And sometimes they would say, "Oh, well, you're a dancer. So you were active, you skipped your period." There was always an excuse. There was always a reason that people would say why I did what I did, or I would see it in my family and say, "Oh, well, it runs in my family." And I would just chunk it up as just whatever. I wasn't listening and looking at my body for it telling me what was going on the inside, and I had no absolutely idea. So endometriosis is very common, but often undiagnosed. So about 1 in 10 women in the U.S. have endometriosis, and around 176 million women worldwide are affected. However, so many women often go undiagnosed. And you don't get diagnosed until you actually have the surgery and they go in and they see. So you can't just say, "I have all of these signs. I'm feeling this way. It might be endo. I believe it's endo." If they do not go in laparoscopic, they have to confirm it that way. That's the only way to confirm it. So when in doubt, and if you are able to, go get the surgery. And I didn't want to just have suspicions and just get put on birth control, because that was a route. I needed them to go in and confirm so I could make my own decision about what it is I want to do to navigate. And I'm so happy I did, because my surgeon, my excision specialist, Dr. Fox, he thought he was only going to go in there for about an hour, and it took him 4 hours for my surgery. And I ended up with stage 4. It's the most extensive because that means the cyst, the endometriosis, is on so many different organs and body parts, and there's so much construction they had to do while they were in there, and he didn't know until you go in. So again, remember that. Remember that endometriosis can grow almost anywhere. All right, so while endometriosis typically involves the tissue outside of the uterus, it can grow in various places like the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, and even the bladder or bowel. Remember the bowel movement, the painful bowel movement I told you I had when I did have my period? How horrible it was? Endometriosis was on my bowels too, like everywhere. It's a mystery cause. The exact cause of endometriosis is still unknown. We don't know what causes endometriosis. However, several theories exist, including genetic factors, fetal development issues, and then possibilities of menstrual tissue flowing backward. All right, so they got all these different mystery causes, but nobody really knows what truly causes endometriosis. So I don't know. Is any of this resonating? Are y'all learning anything? If so, tell me what you got in the chat. Let me know if you're learning anything. Let me know if you or someone else you know are experiencing issues like endometriosis. Yeah. In all honesty, these rice noodles I feel like are better than those lo mein noodles. Just try it and tell me. Try it and come back. Try it and come back. Try it and come back. This cabbage so good. I hope y'all learning something too. If you're learning something, drop a yellow heart. A yellow heart in the comments. If you're learning something, drop a yellow heart in the comments. And show me some endo love, baby. All right. Endometriosis is not just an adult issue. Symptoms usually occur during reproductive age from as young as 12 years old up to 60. This month, you're going to, on the Empire Plates, Empire Lives podcast, y'all, I sat down with Natalie. She was having issues with her period since the age of 10. I don't want to tell you too much about her journey because it is such a jam-packed podcast episode. I absolutely loved that recording session that we just did the other day. That is going to drop 10 at the age of 10. "12 to 60 years old. But it mostly remains undiagnosed or misdiagnosed for years. And some people have to have multiple surgeries because the endo comes back and continues to cause issues. But also, endometriosis is more than just pain. That pain is debilitating. Debilitating, y'all. The first time I experienced that pain, I was balled up on my bathroom floor. I could barely get out of my bed at one point. Nothing was comforting to me. Like touching my stomach made me feel sick. It hurt. Like nothing could soothe me. When I finally made it to the bathroom, then I just had to like get on the floor. The floor felt cool. I felt nauseous. I felt sick. The pain was just all over the place. It was like, well, if I can feel coldness, I'm still here. Like it was scary. And I don't know if you're one of those people who like when stuff is happening, you seem very calm because you're trying to figure out, like, you can't panic. You have to just know what's my next steps. That's just kind of how I was. That was the first time. The second time I experienced that pain, I was driving to a PD for work. It was the beginning of a new school year. Excuse me. And I'm driving. The pain hits me. Y'all, the pain is so debilitating. I get weak automatically. And like I lean and my car swerves into another lane, y'all. In that lane was an 18-wheeler. It took every last bit of strength left to me to get back in my own lane. Like, when I tell you it's debilitating, that pain is absolutely no joke. But it's more than just pain. Like, endometriosis can lead to infertility. Like I told you before, chronic fatigue, where you're just tired all the time. You can't even go do the things that you want to do with your family and your friends because you're just so tired. And people just, since it's an invisible disease, they can't see what you're really going through. They can't empathize. So that's why I'm here to try to raise more awareness about it, so you can be a little bit more compassionate. Painful bowel movements. I told you those things were horrible. It was like my main symptom that I didn't even know even existed for this. And then nausea. I think it was about maybe a month ago that I had a full week of where I just kind of felt nauseous, and I didn't know what it was or what was going on. I just felt nauseous for a whole week. But it can cause pain even with sex and during your menstrual period. So the pain doesn't only come one time of the month. Like, endometriosis is just, it's a lot. It's complex. So that's why I'm here to help raise awareness. But the reason why I feel like I should be here to raise awareness is because I had, thank you, Misha. Thank you so much for the love, baby. I appreciate you. I had such a great team. And when you see this episode with Natalie later this month, she had stage 4 endometriosis. I had stage 4 endometriosis. She was in pain every day, almost every single day, and experiencing pain since she was 10. I only experienced that debilitating pain like twice. And that second time, my nurse practitioner, Ranicia, right, who was also my Sarah, was like, you need to go to the ER to get imaging done. We need to see what's really going on in there. Again, that's somebody who knew me, that cared about me, that loved me. So she heard me. It's really good. I don't know what the Chinese people cook the vegetables in, Tamisha, but you don't even need the sauce. It's so good. You know what? When I come home, I'm gonna try a restaurant there, and I'm gonna just go in there and say, I want some rice noodles and some mixed vegetables, no eggs, no soy sauce, and see if it's just as good as what I got here. Because it gotta be everywhere. It's too good. Really good. I wish I could give you a little bite right now. When I get it, when I come home, when I get it, you're going to have to come by and taste it. Okay? Yo, speaking of coming home, yo, I'm going to be a vendor at the Sumter Vegan Fest. It's the first one. Y'all going to have to pull up my hometown. Sumter raised me. Texas pays me. Sumter Vegan Fest. I'll get the stuff out there, but so okay. I would definitely ask Mama about that. And see if they can mix it up. Because I know the Chinese people can do it. If these people can do it here, they should be able to do it everywhere. But I know some people overcook their vegetables. And when you overcook your vegetables, you cook out all the nutrients. So I don't know if you can hear the chew. But these aren't overcooked. They do a good job of not overcooking your vegetables. So I went to the ER. And like I said, Ranicia was my nurse practitioner. She told me to go to the ER. They did the imaging. My primary care physician, the person over her, was Josie. That's another one of my Sarahs. Loved me, knew me, heard me. Yo. Went in there. They saw this mass on my right ovary. They wanted to hospitalize me. I was like, yeah, no. It was August 7th of 2019. He's like, no, I don't want to be hospitalized. Let me book an appointment with my OBGYN and let them, get this information that you're telling me, and we can kind of go from there. Went to my OBGYN. She was like, do you want to have kids? I said, I do. That's what I thought of. Not today. And she was like, well, we can put you on birth control to help you with the pain. I said, the pain don't come every day. The birth control not going to treat anything. What's going on with this large mass on my right ovary? I don't really want the birth control, Dr. Fox. And she said, okay, well, I'm going to do a pelvic ultrasound. Take another look. Y'all, this thing's so good, I about bit my lip. You could go see my husband. He's one of the best excision surgeons. And he's over at a fertility clinic. And you can go ahead and have the surgery route if that's what you want to do. So you can make a better decision on how you want to move forward. And that's what I did. I went to go see her husband, Dr. Fox. Dr. Michael Fox. And we started that journey. One thing that really stood out to me when I was talking to him was he was saying no sugars, even fruit. That didn't sit well with me. But, you just take things in discernment. Merch coming, Tamisha. Say less. The merch is coming, baby. I'm so excited. Thank you for wanting to rep me, baby. I love you. I appreciate all the yellow hearts, too. I had to pull up to my table at my first vendor experience, too. Show that merch city love. I trusted my surgeon because another Sarah Ava Phoenix, told me he was really good at what he does and he takes his time. So remember that 1 hour of surgery went into 4 hours? I was okay with that because I knew he was going to get in there and get everything that he could out. And I was at peace with that. And not everybody can say that. I know that my healthcare team was rooted with people who loved me, who knew me, and didn't just see me as a patient and didn't just write off my pain, because we know as Black women or as Black people, when we say we have pain, they don't want to believe us for whatever reason. So to have people that loved me, cared about me, believed in me, and wanted me to get better, I had to have this podcast. I had to hold this space. I had to be a changing agent, a positive vibe for us who are going through these journeys of strength, to let you know that we got each other and we're going to continue to raise awareness. We're going to advocate, but most importantly, we're going to continue to be supportive in our journeys of healing, because there is no cure. So we have to do things that make us feel better, i.e. eating good food. That's good for you and for your body. Where you're eating to live, not living to eat. Did you hear me? We're eating to live, not living just to eat. Mindful eating was a big thing for me, y'all. I made major shifts, but it took time, so be patient with yourself. Take that time, be intentional about being intentional. Mindset, knowing that your body isn't against you, that you have to connect with your body to figure out, how can I help you heal? How can we do this thing together? And then movement, getting out there, moving your body, moving and grooving, helping with your hormones, helping with your mood, helping reduce unnecessary weight. And if you're trying to get in on it, 4 Vibrations Wellness Bingo popped off this month. We got the first week of bingo, playing traditional bingo. You need to get your bingo card. You need to make sure you join the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives Healing Community. It's a private Facebook group. Go get your bingo card and let's get it. Get bingo by the end of the week. Name gets on a wheel. And then we got prizes. Every week we're doing a different form of bingo that you got to work on that card. I'm excited because people are excited about healing and evolving as people. And I love it because what you say to yourself, what you believe about yourself, what you feed yourself, and how you move your body and honor your body says how much you love yourself. So yeah, despite stage 4 endometriosis, if you can see my plate, I'm loving myself. I'm loving myself. Rooted in the choices that I make for me. So yeah, I am 1 in 10. It's Endometriosis Awareness Month. It's also Sisterhood Month. Shout out to my amazing healthcare team in Duval County. My sorors. A big, make sure they can hear me in the hallway. To all of y'all, thank you for loving me. Thank you for taking good care of me. I am honoring you by continuing to take and prioritize my health and show up for myself every single day. So y'all keep striving, and I'm going to keep striving too. Happy Sisterhood Month. And y'all, we making her story. We making her story because it's Women's Her Story Month, all right? Every day, you show up and you still live in the universe still needs you. You still need you. Do something historic. Her story. I appreciate y'all for coming in through with this mindful mukbang with Nourish and Flourish. Flourish and nourish. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, thanks for vibing with me. I'm going to try to keep these up. I might be putting some stuff out there for the Something Vegan Fest. Again, if you're on YouTube, the link is in the description. Get your plant-based alternative guide. It's free. And if you have endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, I got a free little guide to talk to you about how you can approach healing in a holistic way. Free too. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for vibing with me. B-E-Z. And remember, I'm your healthy habits and lifestyle coach, Joe Bonnie, also the host of Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Be easy, y'all. But most important, thanks for vibing with me, y'all.